right, family, we are in Mali. Thank you so much for joining us. We are in Mali. Mali, banter between Mali and the United States, and confusion in Mali. When you hear the things being said on the media and things going on between these two right now, it's very interesting and some is very disturbing. United States just delete Mali from the visa-bound policy rule, if I should call it that way. Yes, you know, we all heard a story when United States started the visa-bound thing, that when the citizens of Mali will come to the United States, you need to deposit 10,000 US dollars. The price range from 10,000 to 15,000 US dollars. And Mali also, you know, reciprocate it. Okay, if that is the case, your citizens also will have to pay the same amount as you are requiring us to pay. Then the thing has been there. All of a sudden, news came out that the United States has deleted Mali. At the same time, before we could say, oh, it is because Mali reciprocated and it's affecting the US citizens, which is the reason why they deleted Mali. The other news on board is that the United States asked the citizens of America to leave Mali. Then it leaves us in a state of confusion. Why the United States deleting Mali from the list, all of a sudden asking the people to leave the country? So the interest is conflicting. What is the interest? What change? Why delete Mali from the list if it is not affecting your citizens anyway, because you ask them to leave the country? So if you ask them to leave the country, definitely we can't say that, okay, it's because it's affecting the citizens coming to Mali. That is why, because they asked them to leave. So why did the United States, you know, launch this new reform and updated their rule in regards to this? So this came in latest update on October 23rd, and on 23rd October is the same. Before we even break the whole thing down, I will show you what is also happening in how do you call it, Mali. Mali is having a serious problem. And I'll make you understand the reason why Mali is having that problem. We are going to use the map to make some analysis. I will give you detail of what is going on here and the interest of the United States in all these things. So before we go that way, please hit the like button. Support us. You know, we try our best to put the right information here. So show us support. It won't take anything from you. If you're not a subscriber, please try and subscribe. Now, on 23rd October, the rule or the policy will take effect. It's supposed to take effect from the United States. Their policy is supposed to take effect. When Mali reciprocated it, their own also is taking effect the same date that the United States own policy is taking effect. So it's the same thing. But there was a twist. There was a new update. The US Department of State restated that nationals from 6 African nations, which include Mauritania, Sao Tome and Principe, Tanzania, Gambia, Malawi, Zambia. Citizens from these countries, they are still glued to this policy. They are still on board. Now, Mali is missing because prior to 23rd, Mali was on the list, which is the reason why it came to the news. Now, they deleted Mali without stating why Mali is deleted. So everybody on the internet, we all assume that, okay, it is because as Pan-Africans, that is how we will take it. Because Mali stood their ground and look, you do me, I do you. You watched that video, right? The do me, I do you video that I did. Yes. So before we could say that, oh, Mali, it is because as Mali reciprocates, it is affecting the citizens of the United States. Then the United States, in latest development, asked the citizens to leave the country. Then it leaves us in the confusion now. We can't say it is because it is affecting them, which is the reason why they lowered the bar or deleted Mali. Because they are asking them to leave, especially the diplomatic staff. The detail of the update is that when you look at it, the United States authorized departure of non-essential embassy staff. Americans are urged to leave Mali immediately. Not only the embassy staff, other Americans also are, asked to leave, referring to level 4 adversary issue that Mali is not safe. Why? Fuel blockade by militant group causing nationwide shortages. Schools have been suspended due to transport crisis. Rising security threat in and around Bamako. I'll show you the reason why we are having this in the news. Overland travel considered extremely dangerous. The United States asked the citizens that they should not travel by land, like using cars to travel, because it's dangerous. According to their explanation, these stateless people are on the street and they block roads and they can attack them and a whole lot of things, which will not happen. Will not happen. We know the people, the stateless people attack. Now, this is, let me draw the line first. Why the United States issued this and at the same time deleted Mali from the list? Let me just say it by asking question. Is it to make damage control? Is it true that the thing actually has affected the citizens of the United States who are in Mali or who are coming to Mali? And the United States don't want it to look like, it is because people will say that it is affecting this rule or policy by Mali. It's affecting our citizens also, or it's affecting us, which is the reason why we deleted them. So that is the case. Let's make damage control and ask our citizens to what? Vamouth from the country. I'm just asking question. It's just a question. Nobody should hold me. I'm just asking question. Because right now, as it stands, everybody making analysis that the reason why the United States deleted Mali from the list is because of the fact that it is affecting the citizens. With this, you can't confirm it, because this disproves the fact that it's affecting them. They even asked them to leave already. So what's up? What is next? All right. Now, Mali is having a serious problem. There's a serious problem in Mali. When you check, you see that there is a threat around Bamako. That is what is in the news. And shortages of fuel across the capital city. Some other report are also saying that the stateless people, they are on the street and they block road so that cars will not pass by. And it's disrupting the economic status of Mali, especially the capital city. One will be wondering, why is it that in all these things, Mali rather is under threat, or Mali rather is facing a high record of these stateless people visiting them? This is what it is. It is because of where Mali is standing on the map. It is because of where Mali is standing on the map. When you check your map, you see that this is Niger here, and Niger is behind Mali and Burkina Faso right here. Niger is right behind Mali and Burkina Faso. So they have become kind of like a shield to Niger. So you see that Burkina Faso and Mali receive much of the report or the visitation of the stateless people more than Niger. When you hear attack in Niger, it's mostly around Niger and Nigeria borders, because of those guys who are now recruiting and residing in Nigeria. You see, you are hearing about kidnapping and a whole lot of things happening in Nigeria. These are the guys that are dropping into Nigeria. I said that countless times. Now, why Bamako? Why Mali's own is become severe? Whenever it happens, it's like an attack against their entire economy. It is because the capital city is so close to the base, which Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger believe that is in Ivory Coast. Let me zoom in a little bit and then you understand what I'm saying. This is the border between Ivory Coast and Mali. So you have Mali here and you have Ivory Coast here. Now the border between them, this is just the capital city right here. I'm trying to explain to you why. So these people operating from this angle, the moment they cross the border into Mali, if the allegations of Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso are true, the moment they cross in here, the shortest place to attack is Bamako, the capital city, because it's so close to the border. Where the stateless people are operating from is so close to the capital city. So the attack in Mali, whenever you hear in the news, is mostly happening around this side. Okay? The capital, closer to the capital city. So the goal is to, destabilize the capital city. Once you destabilize the capital city, you are going to do what? Destabilize the entire country. Now, Burkina Faso, this is where the borderline is between Ivory Coast and Burkina Faso. Now, Ouagadougou, which is the capital city of Burkina Faso, is far away from the border. It's somewhere here. Far away from the border. Now, when you are hearing about attack in Burkina Faso, most of the time in the news, the villages that are close to the border are mostly affected than the capital city in Burkina Faso. because the capital city is so far, and you have to go through all these villages before you land in the capital city, or you have to go through all this town before you land in the capital city, which is the reason why you don't hear much of this attack in Burkina Faso happening in Ouagadougou, because of the distance. So Bobo Dioulasso, which is somewhere here, let me use this. Good. Bobo Dioulasso, which is somewhere close to the border here. This is the border, and you have Bobo Dioulasso somewhere here. They are mostly affected, and the soldiers are pushing these people back into where? Ivory Coast. Because the soldiers in Burkina Faso said whenever they chase them, they always land in what? Ivory Coast. But Mali also said whenever they chase them, they always land in where? Ivory Coast. Now, why is it that whenever that thing happen in the capital, around the capital city, it become a huge issue, big deal, than whenever it happened in Burkina Faso and Niger? It is because of the importance of the capital city. When there is attack in Burkina Faso, somewhere Bobo Dioulasso and co, it doesn't disrupt economic activity in the country. The reason why it affects the economic activity is because of the importance of the capital. The capital city is hosting or housing the political and administrative headquarters of the nation. It's hosting the major center for economic activity and investment. That is the capital city. The capital city is the host to foreign embassies and international organizations. The capital city is the hub for transportation and national infrastructure development. So when things like that are close to the capital city, it disrupts economic activity. That is why always in the news, whenever this thing happening in Mali, the country is shaking a little bit. There's that panic there because the capital city represents the entire nation. When anything happens there, it disrupts the entire nation. So the goal of the stateless people is to create major chaos in the capital city. Then the country is gone. That is the reason why we are having this constant update coming there. That Mali is under attack. Mali is under attack. Because the moment they get Mali, the whole Sahel, there's a problem there. Because the moment they get Mali, they are going to have a vast opportunity to reach Burkina Faso much more easier from Mali and Niger. Because look at the borderline right here. Let me show you the borderline right here. This is the borderline between Mali and Burkina Faso. Look at how huge it is. You see how huge it is? And then from here, you have it between Mali and Niger. So there's a big space there. If they're able to get Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso will be greatly affected. That is why every time things like this happen, and soldiers are working very hard to get rid of these guys, and they are pushing very hard. They have alliance. Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they came together and create alliance, and the soldiers are working together. So this thing will be dealt with. But the goal is to destabilize the government of Mali. That is what is going on there. It is nothing new. But I'm just trying to put clarification. Now, why did the United States delete Mali? I ask the question, is it for damage control? It's a question I'm asking, but I believe you will understand. Anyway, lovely people, you enjoyed this update. See me in the next episode. Respect.